views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
Hey, folks, a good Tuesday morning to you, and welcome to the show. The A-Train, Anthony Harmon, is our producer today. Guaranty Bank hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor text 304-935-5008. We're in the Jarrett Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit jarrett-construction.com. License number WV030133. Phone calls to the show. Service of Guaranty Bank, 1320 Kanawha Boulevard, East in Charleston. Guaranty Bank having their grand opening today. Ribbon cutting at 1 o'clock. We'll be talking in depth about that coming up here momentarily. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Tailor, Virginia Street in Charleston. Summer hours for Tony, Mondays 11 to 3, Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5, Saturdays by appointment only. His normal hours will resume on September the 8th. Check out bestmastertailor.com or Tony's Facebook page for more information. Of course, the big story is the stormy weather, man. I'll tell you, about 3 or so this morning, I thought my house was about ready to just be lifted off of its foundation. It takes a lot to wake me up, and it takes even more to keep me awake. And then another big downpour about the time I hit town about 7 o'clock or so this morning. Now, those storms are going to continue off and on pretty much not only throughout the day but throughout the week. We're going to have some breaks. But according to meteorologist Brian Hughes, we may drag him in here a little bit later on to tell us what is going on. I do love Brian's description, though. Hot, oppressive, and active is how he called the temperatures today, with a heat index near 100. These showers and thunderstorms are sticking around, so there are high water issues out there, folks. The normal low-lying areas, as they say, so you know where they are. Use caution. We'll have more on that coming up a little bit later on in the show. Also, Kanawha County Commissioner Natalie Tennant is going to stop by, and Amanda Pollard from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association will be here to talk about the upcoming Kegs for Canines event, several things, and the news to get to. And as always, your calls and texts are welcome. I want to welcome into the show now the president and CEO of Guaranty Bank, several locations. And for the past few months, they've been up and running here in Charleston. Kind of a soft opening type thing since April, I think. And today they're having their official grand opening with the ribbon cutting set for 1 o'clock this afternoon. Josh Stowers, President CEO, and he joins us this morning in the Jarrett Construction Studios. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Dave. Appreciate the time.
Thank you for being there. So how's the first few months been in your soft opening, I guess?
It's been great, Dave. You know, we've been just welcomed with open arms by the city of Charleston. People have been coming in every day. We've been serving the people of Charleston, building those relationships has been our goal since day one. And, as you said, we had a soft opening in April and, make sure that, everything's, kicking on all cylinders and we're ready to have a grand opening today and get off to the races. Now
that grand opening is going to be at 1 o'clock today. The public is invited to attend, but if you can't make it at 1 o'clock, you can come in anytime and take a look at the facility, right?
Absolutely. The ribbon cutting's at 1 o'clock. That's the formal grand opening, but, we've got lobby hours, Monday through Friday. Drive through will be open and people can come in anytime. And, I'm there, most days. We have branches down in Mingo County as well. And I do spend some time there, but I'm there most days. Come in, ask for me. I'll sit down and talk to you and listen to your story and, hopefully we can help you out.
Now there are banks everywhere throughout the Kanawha Valley. What makes Guaranty Bank different?
Look, I think, when we decided to come to Charleston, I mean, there was multiple reasons behind that. I mean, other than it just being the economic and governmental center of West Virginia, but we think it's a market that a community bank can really play a role. And I think from a community bank standpoint, what we offer is not just the modernization and the growth, but also those values of community bank that doesn't that sometimes gets lost with that. Those personal relationships, the accessibility, the responsiveness, the local decision making that I think West Virginians and everyone in Kanawha County and Charleston still want. So I think that's what sets us apart, and hopefully we can we can build value for the businesses and individuals and nonprofits and anybody that needs those financial services.
Now, you mentioned the word community bank about 10 times in that. It's very important to you. Expound upon that a little bit.
It is. Guaranty Bank at our core is a West Virginia community bank. Founded in 1976, has served Southern West Virginia since then. We've been blessed to be successful enough to invest in other markets in the last year, but we are at our core a community bank, and we want to be able to again differentiate with some of the other with some of the other banks that are out there, that you can grow and you can modernize and you can offer some of those services that they expect from larger institutions, but not lose that community feel. And that really is what we're proud of. That is our mission, and that's what we're here to do.
Talk about the different services that you offer.
Look, we offer consumer loans, commercial loans, whether that's commercial real estate, whether that's equipment for small businesses, whether that's mortgages for individuals. We offer installment loans, auto loans, CDs, IRAs. The whole gamut of financial services that you might think of when you walk into any bank, whether that's a community bank or one of the larger institutions. We offer those products and those services, and we believe that we're competitive just about with anybody else.
And, getting back to the community bank aspect of it again, banking ain't what it was this time, let's say 15 or 20 years ago, let alone 30 or 40 years ago. It has changed so much. How do you walk that line between doing the community service, the community banking that you're trying to do, but also keeping up with all the modern technologies of banking these days? Right.
And I think you're right at the core of what we are striving to do. We understand the needs and how the market changes with the technologies. We have a full online banking platform like you would see on any bank, with a $10 billion bank. We have that online capability. You can do your deposits on your phone, online. We have that capability, but we want to make sure that as we grow and as we modernize and offer those services that people come to expect, that we don't lose those personal relationships, that you have that accessibility. You can pick up the phone and call Guaranty Bank, and you're going to talk to somebody that more than likely, if you call the Charleston branch, lives in Charleston, can get you an answer. You're not going to go through a whole bureaucratic silo like a lot of people get caught in. You're going to talk to a real person. You're going to talk to somebody from Charleston that can more than likely make a decision on what you might be looking for. And
I love the idea of talking to actual people from around here. So if, we can be somewhat folksy in West Virginia sometime, and if you call up the bank and you say, look, thinking about buying this piece of property over in Sissonville at so-and-so, and they'll say, oh, yeah, that was Johnny's Market or something back in the day or something like that.
Right. And I think I said it when I was on here before, and I've said it multiple times. If you walk in a bank and your banker doesn't know your mom's maiden name and where your land lays, then you're just borrowing money from a stranger. And we want to bring that community feel, to keep that community feel with banking, because we believe truly that fundamentally banking is still a relationship business, and we think that most people want that relationship. When they're talking, particularly small business owners, that they want to know who's making the decisions about their business, and we think we can offer that, and hopefully we get the chance to.
Talking to Josh Stowers again, who's the president and CEO of Guaranty Bank. Dave Allen Show on 580 Line, brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. When environmental questions come up in a building, Pinnacle provides clear answers. They specialize in asbestos, lead, mold, and indoor air quality issues. Accredited lab testing based right here in West Virginia. Check out more at pinnaclecorp.net, helping you understand your environment, because what you don't know can hurt you. Talk about your other locations that you have.
So, as I mentioned before, we were founded in 1976 in Mingo County. We have 3 branches in Mingo County, in Williamson, and Del Barton, and Gilbert. Still very thriving branches in Mingo County serving southern West Virginia. But as I mentioned, we've been blessed with success and have invested in other markets in the last year. Mm-hmm. Not only are we opening up, the branch, having the grand opening here in Charleston today, and had the soft opening in April, but we opened up a branch in Wayne, right across from the county courthouse. In the town of Wayne last summer in July. Again, serving markets that we feel are underserved, where you've had a lot of banks that have either merged or left, and just continue to try to serve the people of West Virginia and give them options. But we've been thriving in those new locations, and the sky's the limit.
I want to talk about the actual building here in Charleston, 1320 Kanawha Boulevard East. There's quite a history with that building.
It is. It's served as
most recently, I guess it was the American Federation for Teachers building, but it's it's a beautiful building right there on the boulevard. And
it's primarily, as you mentioned, it was primarily occupied previously by the American Federation of Teachers, but prior to that, it's been multiple different financial institutions over the years. It has it's eye catching right there on the boulevard, and again, our strategic plan was to be located in Charleston, sooner rather than later. But that building coming available, it really forced us to accelerate those plans because it's just in a prime location right there on the boulevard. Great ingress, egress, great visibility, beautiful. Plenty of room to grow inside, and so we are really tickled to be there.
Well, and it's a great. I don't know what your plans are from it, but I talked to the people, some other people in the company, and they said that they can envision maybe because it's got so many rooms in it, maybe doing community service type things in there, maybe having meetings or something in there for people.
Sure, I mean we have plenty of space. We have it's essentially essentially two buildings. You have the original structure, and you have an addition onto it. And it like I said, plenty of room to grow. We want to host at community events. We want to offer it to folks that want to come in and, like you said, have meetings, sit down, possibly offer them financial services. But we are looking to possibly sublease some of it out until we grow into it. So we're in it for the long haul, and the building's a great place for us to be and to grow into.
So the grand opening celebration, again, you guys opened in April. We'll have a soft opening, but you got the grand opening celebration. I wish the weather was a little bit better, but maybe you'll get a little bit. Maybe Brian Hughes will work with us, and we'll get a little bit of a break here. Yeah,
I think we've got a little gap in the weather. I think we're going to be fine until later this afternoon, so we should be able to get to the grand opening and hopefully at least be able to do the ribbon cutting outside. So.
Yeah, that's the plan anyway. Yeah. And I know you'll have officials there and so on and so forth. You got refreshments, so invite everybody to come out.
We have plenty of food and refreshments, so anybody can come on down. Welcome to come down.
And I'm on the air at that time, so if you want to, have one of your people send me a plate of food.
We're not that far away. We can do a guarantee delivery. So
you got a guy named Tommy. Put him to work.
We will.
He needs
absolutely.
To do something.
Absolutely.
All right. Josh Stowers, President, CEO of Guaranty Bank, 1320 Kanawha Boulevard East here in Charleston. Building looks great. It's going to be a great day for your grand opening once we get the rain behind us, at least for a little while. We're just trying to hit that sweet spot in the window where you can do it outside. If not, we'll move it inside.
That's right. We will adapt.
All right. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate we'll take a break, and we'll come back right after this. Hang out with me here just 1 second. Hey, Marshall fans, Marshall University Quarterback Club of Charleston presents the annual Paint the Capital City Green event Thursday, August 27th at the Bill No Flight School, West Virginia International Yeager Airport. Starts at 6. You'll hear from Tony Gibson, the head football coach, plus Corny Jackson, the basketball coach, women's coach Julie Folks, Caleb Bowen, Evan Richards, AD Gerald Harrison, and more. And, of course, the voice of the Thundering Herd, Steve Cotton, will be there with a little coaches and players roundtable as well. I'll be serving as the MC along with Steve Hannibal from 98.7 The Mountain, so we're looking forward to seeing you there, and all proceeds benefit the Big Green. For tickets, visit herdzone.com or call 304-696-4661. We'll talk to Kanawha County Commissioner Natalie Tennant coming up a little bit later on. And when we come back, it's Kegs for Canines coming up later this month, benefiting the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association. That's going to be at the Red Carpet Lounge. We'll talk to them when we come back on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses care for your family.
Charleston, there's a new bank in town, but it's built on something timeless: relationships. Guaranty Bank is now open on the boulevard, bringing community banking back to the Kanawha Valley. We're local decision makers, real people, and a team that understands West Virginia business. Whether you're growing your company, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help. Stop by our new Charleston branch at 1320 Kanawha Boulevard and experience banking the way it should be. Guaranty Bank, where community comes first.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Have you been injured in a trucking incident? Call today, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Office 222 Capitol Street, Charleston. Cases will be handled by West Virginia licensed attorneys. The attorney in this ad is not licensed in West Virginia. ForThePeople.com.
Adventure is boundless. Adventure is a journey that never ceases. When you hit the open road or the open water, time stops and adventure begins. From anchors away to kickstands up, a continuous tradition of adventure is the spirit that drives Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports. Featuring Segway side-by-sides for you, a co-pilot, and a compass to embark on endless adventure. Discover more at TrojanLanding.com or visit Trojan Landing Marine and Power Sports in Charleston today.
Hi, I'm Brady Stutler, a project manager at Civil Environmental Consultants. I craved growth beyond small firms. That's when I found CEC. CEC's small firm culture with big firm opportunities is unique. Here at CEC, I expanded from a designer to a project manager, working on large projects within my hometown. With retirement benefits like employee-owned stocks, CEC secures my family's future. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit CECinc.com.
Start your Saturday mornings at 7:06 with West Virginia Outdoors on 580 WCHS. Join Chris Lawrence as he explores the wonders of our state's great outdoors. From fishing to hiking, hunting to conservation, it's an adventure you don't want to miss.
Welcome back to the show, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Line, brought to you by the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane. Visit generationsford.com. We got our schedules a little bit crossed here. We had intended on talking to our good friend Amanda from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association with the with the Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week. I already think it's Friday, but no, it's not that. It is their Kegs for Canine event, and it's going to be held at the Red Carpet Lounge coming up on August 29th. And for some reason, we had it down that she was coming in today, and that's my fault, possibly. If not, then I'll blame Ashley upstairs for it. But I think it may have been my fault. But I will let you know that the annual Kegs for Canine event benefiting the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association is going to be held August the 29th at the Red Carpet Lounge on Elizabeth Street in Charleston. Now, Amanda Pollard, who I was talking about earlier, is the Director of Development for the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association, and we will work to get her back on the show to talk about this. This is one of the premier events, and it's really, really fantastic. It's a lot of fun. I've been the last couple of years. Steve Animal and myself from 98.7 to Mouth and Wild, a wonderful classic rocker, are always there every year. And I love their slogan, because their slogan is cold beer, good vibes, and dogs everywhere. What more could you need? And that's pretty much what it is. And I was checking the schedule earlier. That's when college football is going to start getting ramped up. Now, not so much for Marshall and WVU, but there are several big college football games on that day. So because it's at the Red Carpet Lounge, they are going to have the big screens going with lots of college football on it as well. So you can check that out. And by the way, I'll just say, if you've never been to the Red Carpet in Charleston, then shame on you, because it's one of the coolest places in Charleston. It's iconic, in fact. And, of course, you know all of the stories about all the capital deals that have gotten done at the Red Carpet. The whole motto, what happens at the carpet stays at the carpet. It's kind of a safe spot, if you will, that people can exchange ideas off the record. A lot of reporters and whatnot have hung out there over the years. And of course, they got the tiki bar outside as well. And the way that they do this, they have what they call the caravan, and that's CARE-van, with all of these animals that are up for adoption. And I can tell you, a couple of years ago, there's a guy that I happen to know here in Charleston that showed up at the event, didn't know he was showing up to get a dog, and it just so happened that, he got a dog, and he still has the dog with him today. He adopted it that particular day because they have them there. They're in the air-conditioned trailer. You can get them out. You can walk them, and so on and so forth. And it's just a great, great event, especially if you like animals, for the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association. Now, you can go online and get your tickets at adoptcharleston.com. That's the official website for the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association. You can also check it out on social media as well. And again, I apologize. We got our wires crossed some way or another. I thought the interview was today, but I guess it is not with Amanda. We'll have her back on the show as we get a little bit closer. But I hope everybody can join us there. It's going to be August the 29th. It's the annual Kegs for Canines event. And there's just a lot of really cool stuff that goes on there. So I really hope that you can join us there for that big event. We've been keeping a close eye on the weather, and I want to bring in Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes right now, because, Brian, it's been a little bit wicked out there. I told the listeners earlier this morning I started I guess it woke me up about 3 a.m. this morning, and my wife will tell you it takes a lot to wake me up. And it takes even more to keep me from going back to sleep, which I didn't sleep a whole lot between about 3 and 4:30. And this morning I just decided, well, I'm just going to go ahead and get up, jump in the car, And I just missed all the heavy rain because by the time I hit Charleston about 7 this morning, it was just raining buckets. I know we had traffic issues and so on and so forth with wrecks. And so what can you tell us? What's the latest?
Well, we do have a flash flood warning that is still in effect because a lot of this water is still washing out of the region right now. The thing that we're looking at the moment is, we've got a severe thunderstorm watch that's been issued well to our northwest. I mean, this includes parts of Carter, Boyd counties in Kentucky, and you get into sections of Lawrence County, Ohio, and back to the northwest. But that is setting up the stage for what's going to be here later on today. As we get closer to midday, we're going to have more showers and storms that are going to be moving through. There'll be that round for the midday, early afternoon. And then we've got another round that'll be this evening into the nighttime hours. Here's what's happening. You've seen the rain. It's been going over the exact same area over and over and over again. We've got, the heavy rainfall plus some of the wicked winds we had. Yesterday we had a tornado warning across parts of the Pomeroy area moving off to the southeast. Saw some of that. There was straight up funnel cloud that was working its way across parts of southern Ohio. So, you've got so many hazards from the tornado threat is very, very low, but still one of those can happen if they're all by themselves. But we're just going to see these storms over and over again. Matter of fact, right now it's still raining out at Southridge. It's raining in southern Kanawha County and Lincoln County, back into Putnam County. So it's just not going to essentially stop for a number of days. When we do get the reprieval, it's going to be Saturday and a Sunday. But even then, a spotty shower chance is possible. So just if you live anywhere near creeks or streams, just know that you have got to keep an eye on things because those things are going to come up pretty fast. We had that happen this morning with some of that very heavy rainfall, and then as we go into the rest of the week, it's not going to stop. So this is a day, tonight into this evening tonight. Because actually, I'll say this: I'm on the Charleston radar. This is very, very rare on the Charleston radar. We're picking up rain showers all the way back up to north of Toledo. That's very, very rare. Very, very rare.
It goes that far.
Yeah, they're that tall. They're that big. So we've got thunderstorms we have to watch. That's going to be a line of storms, just so you know, as we go into this afternoon. So we've got to keep our eyes on that because, as I've said over the last couple of days, we're in a derecho style pattern. I don't use that word lightly at all. It's a style pattern. It's not.
Does it mean that there's a derecho?
It doesn't mean there's one, but it's the type of pattern that could produce one if you got one setting up way far to the northwest, and we've got one of those. It's up around Dayton right now. We've got a line of storms. There are severe thunderstorm warnings all along it, and right now, even if I look at those, they're looking at the wind speeds that are associated with some of those storms right now are 80 miles per hour. That's a pretty good storm right there. Up around Springfield, Ohio, they've got winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. So those are things we're watching. It's going to be just a wild week in the weather department.
Well, and I saw some pictures. A lot of people were posting last night about the hail that hit Mason County. I think the Mason County Fair is going on. And
they did have it out there.
I saw some people were posting some pictures.
I think that golf ball size hail there last night, and that was the one that was producing the potential tornado off to the north and west. And I saw some video on that this morning. So there's a lot of things happening. It's interesting to see that everybody is just kind of the weather world is on pins and needles because we're talking all the way back up to Iowa to West Virginia. This is the corridor of severe weather and flash flooding for the country.
Did we have any high water issues? I know there was the alerts going off and so on and so forth. Do we have any specific high water issues?
I actually went through some in east of the capital in Canal City. We also had along Canal Avenue the outfalls that go into the Canal River couldn't handle the water so much, so the pressure was so high that they were acting the culverts. The grates, they were acting like geysers. Water was coming up.
So it was more drainage issues.
It's big time drainage issue
than what it was. Do we have any reports of any creek flooding, river flooding?
No creek or river flooding to be reported at this time. But it is like you said, it was definitely what was happening with the water that just the outfalls couldn't handle it. I mean, we can't build bigger outfalls. It's just not possible anymore. We've got a city already constructed, so
all right.
If we could, we would.
Take us through the rest of the day again.
Rest of the day, we're going to have some midday storms. Those are up, they're north of Cincy, back around Dayton right now. They're headed our way. We'll see those around the lunch hour. As we go into this afternoon, this evening, we'll see showers and storms again. Around 6-ish this evening, maybe a touch after. That's when we'll have the next round of storms, and those will go later into the night. And then we do expect another round tomorrow morning. The thing about these rounds of storms is you essentially get your batch of storms. They're going to be with you for a couple hours, maybe 2-3 hours, and then they're gone. And we have a little bit of a break, a gap. Then we get another round of showers and storms, another 3 to 4 hours later that we'll have coming through. So this is going to be happening over and over again.
Yeah, I think Natalie Tennant, who's our
probably
next
has
guest, she just came in with a run-in, as we say in the wrestling business. So Natalie just did a run-in.
Well, I'm not really tagged in because we're double teaming.
But you've got
here.
probably info that I don't have.
The only thing that I have is from Dave Armstrong. I asked him about flooding, but it's exactly what you were saying as I walked in. It's nuisance flooding, clogged drains, and full ditch lines. And that's what I would say to folks. If you know that you are in an area where there's a drainage, and we always say blow your grass back onto your lawn and not out into the street.
Exactly, yeah.
When I walk the dog, I always push it off the drain. So try to do that. But here's some other things that we are certainly passing along, that if you live in a flood-prone area and you know it, don't wait until the water surrounds your home to leave. Because when you wait, that's putting everybody in danger.
Exactly. It's too late for some people to come get you at times. So.
Yes. Know the difference between a watch and a warning.
Mm-hmm.
That's your job. Watch
just, the taco is the warning. The taco ingredients are the watch. So if you have all the ingredients for your taco, that's a watch. Mm-hmm. If you have a taco, that means you've produced it all. So now you're up to a warning.
Watch out, stomach.
There's a meme for that on the internet.
Watch out, stomach. Okay.
Watch out for that lettuce, too.
I know, exactly.
All right. Now, Brian, of course, you can download the Metro News television app. Follow Brian. Follow him on social media as well. We do want to remind you that we have Brian Hughes' page, but we also have the Metro News television weather page.
That has all the instant alerts you could imagine, and we're fine tuning that. We're constantly tweaking it. Matter of fact, I literally was writing code at midnight last night to help improve the way things operate around here. So I'll probably go write some more code here in a few minutes.
Well, you know how to live.
Yeah.
I know. I live the wild life, writing code in the middle of storms. Ooh, we can make this better.
You weather people are nuts anyway, man. You gotta dig that.
I will tell you this: when you see what I'm about to produce, you will go, "Nah, that's pretty cool." So,
all right. Well, if you need to jump back in here, we'll let you back on a little bit later. Thanks
Sounds
a lot.
good.
Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes. 26 minutes now in front of 10 o'clock. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane. Visit generationsford.com. We'll go and take a break now. When we come back, Kanawha County Commissioner Natalie Tennant is here on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses have been creating jobs in West Virginia since 1997.
August is the time to save on your Kanawha personal property taxes. Pay on or by September 1st to receive your first half discount. You can pay by credit, debit card online at kanawsheriff.us, pay by mail, and at the tax division lobby at the courthouse or one of our 5 detachment locations. Pay your motor vehicle taxes on time to receive the West Virginia Property Tax Adjustment Credit. Visit us online and click on Pay Taxes to learn more.
If you've been injured, you deserve a lawyer who knows West Virginia, not just one who advertises here. Tom and Harvey Payton were born and raised right here. For decades, they've fought for injury victims across the state, and they know how to win. At the Payton Law Firm, you get strong representation and attorneys who care. Call 755-5556 or visit PaytonLawFirm.com.
The attorneys referenced in this ad are lifelong residents and are licensed to practice law in the state of West Virginia.
You've worked hard. You've saved. Now it's time to make your money work for you without second-guessing every decision. I'm John Burdett with 4th Avenue Financial, and I help people retire with confidence and clarity. We'll create a personalized plan that fits your lifestyle, your goals, and your legacy. Retirement should feel like freedom, not fear. Visit 4thavenuefinancial.com. Let's get started today. 4th Avenue Financial, retirement done right.
Securities offered through Jenny McCole Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny McCole Advisors Incorporated.
What if your next job came with smiles, purpose, and a front row seat to the future? Putnam County Schools is looking for school bus drivers. You'll receive training, competitive pay, and a family-friendly schedule with most weekends and holidays off. Every morning starts with a simple hello, and every afternoon ends with knowing you helped students arrive safely. It's more than driving a bus. It's making a difference every single day. Ready to get behind the wheel? Join the Putnam County Schools Transportation Team. Visit putnamschools.com to apply today. Your route to a rewarding career starts here.
That's the sounds of the Amos Steel Band. They are the official band of the Dave Allen Show. You got an event coming up, some sort of a party, get together, whatever. Look those guys up on Facebook. They will do you a great job for sure. 23 minutes away from 10, GoMart and your favorite WVRC media stations giving you the chance to win an incredible VIP experience at WVU's season opener. September the 5th, when the Mountaineers take on Coastal Carolina, become a miracle maker. For the upcoming Radiothon, you're automatically registered to win. One lucky winner is going to get the chance to walk the man trip into the stadium with the team, attend a VIP tailgate before the game, get field access before kickoff, and get 4 Touchdown Terrace tickets, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for WVU fans, and you'll be helping West Virginia's kids while getting your chance to win as well. Check out all the rules and details at all your favorite WVRC media radio station websites. GoMart, official convenience store of WVU Athletics and WVRC media stations. Let's go, Mountaineers. She knows something about the Mountaineers. It's Natalie Tennant.
We had a great season, 4-7 in 1990.
It's all right.
All because of that girl Mountaineer.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Well, forget the fact that people did blame that girl Mountaineer because she was the first one.
Well, sports fans do that.
Exactly.
Though,
But they forgot the fact that Major Harris left early.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine if he would have stayed.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have even known there was a girl Mountaineer.
Now, were you on campus? I don't want to give away your age here, but
it's okay.
When were you on campus when they had the magical season of '88? Were you there yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the reason I ask is because I remember that well. I'm a little bit younger than you, just a little bit. But I remember I was just getting into radio at that time, and I was, as we call it in the business, running the board for that Mountaineer season. And I remember our general manager at the radio station setting us down and saying,
"Who was that?"
General manager of the radio station. He wasn't here. This was in Logan. Russ McGuire was his name. But I remember Russ sitting down and saying, "Look, this Mountaineer team is going to be really, really good this season. All the games weren't on TV like they are now. There was no web or anything like that. They're on this radio station. If you screw this up, don't come back." That's literally, I sat there, Natalie, 6 hours running a WVU game, and I know we're on radio. You can't see this. I sat there before what we used to call cart machines, which were they look like 8-track.
Yes.
They look like an 8-track. Sat there with my hand just like this. Didn't go to the bathroom, didn't eat or anything because I was like, I am sitting here for 6 hours and I'm not screwing this game up because I'm 17 years old and I don't want to get fired.
And you're here, so you didn't screw it up. And you're going to the Hall of Fame.
That's what they tell me.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me.
Remember the machines that would erase those cart machines?
Yeah.
When you're a poor reporter, first-year reporter, and you didn't have money, back in those days, remember the olden days when they had checks?
Mm-hmm.
We would try to demagnetize our checks. We would run that demagnetizer, is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Over our checks.
We just called them cart erasers, but yeah.
Cart erasers.
Same thing.
So it would take longer for the bank. They would have to hand input it, so the bank would take longer.
Now,
we would have money in
I
there.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't
WBOY. Brad Weaver taught me that one. You always remember things about your first job.
I got it. All right. I want to talk about a couple things in the news, and then we'll turn it over to you to talk about whatever you want to talk about. There's been a couple big things, actually 2 or 3, that have made a lot of news recently. One of those was the Clean Seas project in Bell, old 84 lumber location, and the Valley North project, this 260-mile high-voltage transmission line going from John Amos up to Frederick County, Maryland. Lots of discussion, Commissioner, recently about those. Let's start with the facility in Bell because there's been just a lot of questions about that facility.
There certainly are, and I'm really proud of the county commission. And at the time, it's just Ben Salango and me, and we have had some great public comment. They weren't public meetings in a sense, officially called. They were the county commission meeting, and anyone's invited to come, and anybody can talk about what they want. And some folks were willing to say, "Hey, we're coming to talk about this." And so we had prepared for it in terms of let's make time, let's ask questions, let's try to get both sides to this. So the Clean Seas is the Clean Seas plant that is over in the old Quincy. Well, it's in Quincy at the old 84 lumber spot. And a year ago, I went to the ribbon cutting for it, where they showed us some of the pellets, what they call feedstock. Now, for a farm girl, that means a whole different thing. But feedstock was the plastic pellets that either would become or would be heated up. You can see I've talked to both sides of folks who say, the folks are against it, it's going to burn. Well, when I talk to the business folks, the Clean Seas folks, they say we're not burning plastic because there's no oxygen to it. So there's no burn process, but it's called pyrolysis. And there are some folks who are concerned about it. So they came to us and they asked us to, write a letter to the DEP, and it was, that Thursday before it was due on that Monday. And so we just wrote DEP with some concerns. Now, what I did, what we promised to do, there were three things that the commission promised to do that the citizens had come. They were upset that there was not an air monitor that was in the eastern part of the county near Quincy. They said it was at Dixie Street. And we also had C.W. Sigmund, who is our emergency director, and he was up there at many of these meetings at Clean Seas. So that was our first request from them. We called DEP. They will put a monitor up there. The second request was they were upset that our logo, the Kanawha County Commission Kanawha County logo, was on the Clean Seas website in terms of being a partner. Mm-hmm. And I said, yes, I saw that too, and I wasn't too happy either. Right. Because I said, and I was in full transparency, I said, folks, I was at that ribbon cutting, and I was there, and they were like, oh, we know Natalie. We saw the pictures. And I'm like, oh, they got pictures of Natalie. And I'm like, I'll take that one because I showed up to it. There are pictures. And maybe they thought because I showed up at ribbon cuttings. Now, I go to a lot of ribbon mm-hmm. cuttings. I'm going to the one today that you talked to Josh Stowers about mm-hmm. because I want to support. So that was a promise to get that taken off. And I talked to John Yonce. It's Yonce, but I think it's still pronounced Yancey, not like the Yancey's that are here in Charleston. Mm-hmm. But I talked to him. He said, I can understand that. Natalie will take that off. My second duty was to have people from the company, John Yonce, who is the vice president here for Charleston, and he promised that he would come and talk to some of the groups that have asked about this. So that is my next step in getting Citizens Action Group together, Morgan King. There's a gentleman named Eric Carruthers who has made himself very known, and I see him at a lot of the different meetings now.
Had him on the show yesterday.
Oh, did you?
On the network
what did he say
show.
About me? I didn't see him. I didn't hear it.
Not a thing. It was on the show yesterday. He was talking about they did a protest at the Capitol yesterday over the transmission line. So he gave us a live update from there. But go ahead.
I meant to go over there and say hello to folks. And that's right. And he does back and forth. And now we have each other's cell phone, and he's going to text me. And there's a woman named Marty Gibson. So anyway, I'm going to pull those folks together mm-hmm. because we have to have respectful dialogue back and forth, because I had that with John. And of course, I was only hearing his side during the commission meeting. I was only hearing the other side. And there may be some misconceptions from both. So we've met our promises that we promised to folks. That was a long story to get to.
Good. We're talking to Kanawha County Commissioner Natalie Tennant. The Dave Allen Show on 580 line, brought to you in part by the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane. Visit generationsford.com. Transmission line was discussed at the last county commission meeting.
Sure was.
Yeah.
I loved that mm-hmm. meeting. It was an hour and a half, longest meeting I've ever had as a county commissioner. There are some new changes. Ben Salengo runs a great Kanawha County commission meeting, and we knew this was kind of going to be longer. Mm-hmm. We had folks from Valley Link mm-hmm. there. Now, I want to put this out because everybody who was in that room know the behind the things. PJM. I was trying to what's PJM stand for? And people are like, I don't know. But it's the organization. It's called an LLC. It used to stand for, someone told me, Pennsylvania, Jersey, and Maryland. But it is the entity that determines what is needed in the power grid, and it represents 13 states, mm-hmm. of which West Virginia is one of them. And it determined that there was a need for more electricity. And then Valley Link is a collaboration. I don't have the all of their information. I don't think it's an LLC, but it's a collaboration among AEP, which is called TransSource, First Energy, and Dominion. So those three energy companies make up Valley Link. Valley Link won the bid from what PJM mm-hmm. determined. Right, yeah. So this is why we have Valley Link mm-hmm. North. And Alex Weld spoke and gave a lot of information, did a PowerPoint. I ask a lot of questions. Imagine that. I'm always like, and what about this? And she's like, it's in the next slide. And I'm like, what about this? It's in the next slide. Okay, so she spoke, very respectful, and then citizens spoke who were very respectful. And, we were all just asking each of them the questions. Now, folks came in, and I had to tell people I play devil's advocate a lot, and I did. So I pushed back on what they were saying. I am a farm girl, a 7th-generation tenant. I am fighting for 2 Century Farms that my family has, and that a nephew would be able to call a Century Farm, but during a divorce, his wife got our land, our Century Farm land. So I'm extra raw about when we talk about land and we talk about what we do with our land. So that was a lot of the reasons that people did not want it. It's going to be on our land. You're going to take our farms. Not necessarily, you're not taking the farms. You're taking the 200 feet, maybe up to, I don't think it's up to 1,000 feet, where these towers will go. And this is where I want to learn more. And this is why I'm going to go to John Amos Power Plant. And I'm hopeful. I was out there yesterday looking, but I couldn't determine which ones were the 765 voltage. And I'm going to go stand under it. I'm going to go look at it. I'm going to take pictures so I can really see. Because the citizens who came to Kanawha County want the commission to write a resolution that says we're against it. Mm-hmm. How do I do that? How do I do that if I don't know all the other? Right. Like, they don't want me to go and do a resolution that says I'm for it, right? If I don't have all the information.
I see nothing wrong with that whatsoever. That's the way you should do it.
Right. And it's the reporter in me that pushes back, that also, and it's, I don't know, how do you talk about yourself as a leader? It's the leader in me who is going to be asking the hard questions. Mm-hmm. It's the leader in me who's going to say, let's not cut up our nose to spite our face. Let's just not get all riled up if we don't know what's happening. Because then I'm up and down from Marion County, so I'm up and down the interstate a lot. And I asked one woman, I said, how many cell phone towers did you see when you came down from Calhoun County? And she looked at me like I was like, what? I didn't notice any of them. I said, do you see? 25 years ago, we were up in arms because we were going to have cell phone towers. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Good point, yeah.
So now I drive up and down. There's I don't even know what the tower is. They don't look like cell phone towers to me. When I go up and down 79, there's 3 that I can see in one view. So I don't, that's my question. It's like, what are we doing here? And if we don't have this, what's next? Because obviously there's a need for electricity, and people are like, but it's our electricity and we're going to get nothing from it. Well, we've been sending electricity out with pride. Our West Virginia coal lights the world, or, lights whatever. And so we've been sending it out. Then second, they're like, it's somebody else. It's going, we're not getting anything from it. Well, let's work to get something from it. Let's negotiate. Let's get roads put in, because I know what it's like to be on a farm when the natural gas companies come in. Let's negotiate good roads for our farms. Let's negotiate more money for that area that you're not really losing. Mm-hmm. You just maybe can't use it at that point, and that's what I want to learn more about too. We'll see if Natalie's hair gets curly when she goes under the John Amos power
You need to sit down
plant.
and talk to TJ Meadows about this. He's all things energy. He can explain it all to you.
Well, I'm getting it. It's not. I don't need the energy explained to me.
Okay.
We have to listen to what people are afraid of loss.
Mm-hmm. I understand that.
And that's what we have to. I don't want to say come to terms about, because that's not fair, but we have to have an understanding of that. And so go ahead. I know you're trying to take a break.
Just hang out with me just 1 second here. Okay. I do have to take a break. It's 9:51. I invite you to join me every Friday morning, 9:06, for the Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week from the Kanawha Charleston Humane Association, brought to you by Almost Heaven Interiors. Family owned, proudly serving the community for over 50 years. They're located at 516 D Street in South Charleston. More with Kanawha County Commissioner Natalie Tennant when we come back on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses are small businesses with big impact, including Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness.
At Poca Valley, your savings deserve Simply More. The Simply More Money Market is designed for people who want growth, flexibility, and convenient access to their money when they need it most. Whether you're building your savings or planning for the future, Poca Valley is here to help you make the most of every dollar. Ready to learn more? Visit PocaValleyBank.com. Call 844-782-2651 or stop into your nearest Poca Valley branch today. At Poca Valley, relationships matter. Member FDIC.
According to Feeding America, over 7 million seniors nationwide were food insecure in 2022. West Virginia is no different. Hi, I'm Jason, President and CEO of Union Mission Ministries. For 113 years, Union Mission has focused on helping people in need. Right now, our senior citizens need our help. That is why Union Mission is partnering with local senior living facilities to get food delivered directly to those in need. Will you help us reach more seniors? Visit unionmission.com to learn more.
Hey, this is Bobby Spry, and last year we purchased a new HVAC system from West Virginia Heating and Cooling. During the inspection of our old unit, their technician discovered a crack in the heat exchanger that was slowly leaking carbon monoxide into our home. From that moment on, we knew we chose the best technicians and the best service. Every technician is drug tested and background checked, giving our family peace of mind. When it comes to protecting your home and family, trust the best. West Virginia Heating and Cooling.
Hi, my name is Daniel Callahan. I'm a project manager at Civil and Environmental Consultants. At CEC, I have the opportunity to lead projects across West Virginia, blending my technical skills with a team of experts and making a real impact. From planning to construction, we deliver results that help communities recover and thrive. Being an employee-owned company means that we all care deeply about our work. At CEC, we engineer progress in the great state of West Virginia.
Find out what CEC can do for you. Visit cecinc.com.
6 minutes away from 10, the Amos Steel Band, official band of the Dave Allen Show. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Hudson's Pizza. This month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an 8-inch chocolate chip cookie, $23.99. Find your local Hudson's for delivery, pickup, or dine in at Hudson'sPizza.com. Kanawha County Commissioner Natalie Tennant is here, and Commissioner, you may kind of reference it earlier. You folks are down a member because Lance Wheeler stepped down to take over the ambulance service, and you and Commission President Solango and now got decisions to make on who the next commissioner is going to be.
Yes, we do.
And
we couldn't get it done on July 23rd. That was the meeting with the Clean Seas folks because we had different folks. And I realized I should have put my nomination out there, but that was too late. It's too late now. So I just think the Kanawha Republican Committee gets to give us names and really. So
when is the next meeting that will decide that?
The 27th of August.
And so basically, since you guys couldn't come up with an agreement, so basically the executive committee will then submit.
Give three. And I have a feeling they have them because I saw a couple press releases. One, they were saying they were taking applications until the 4th of August. And then two, I saw their other press release where they weren't happy with Commissioner Natalie Tennant. But, they're the ones who get to do this. And what I did, I said, I looked at what precedent had been done in Kanawha, and that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, maybe better off the air. I don't know. But back in 2024, we had the commission at that time had two opportunities in appointing someone when there was a vacancy. In the county commission, they did not appoint the person who won the primary election. And in the prosecutor's office, they did appoint the person who won the primary election. So I was like, what precedent do I take? Well, we got a bunch of them, so let's go with the third one.
A and B, and you took J.
Yeah.
Basically. I got you.
Yeah. I mean, but it's interesting, and it's like, it's good. People don't realize it's okay to be in tough situations. It's okay to be squeezed a little bit because then you really learn how someone is. And so I know I'm squeezed and I'm in a tough situation. I thought about that. I've thought about this, especially with the Valley Link. I've certainly, I woke up one morning and I'm like, what about the bald eagles, Natalie? It's like, well, how many bald eagle? I know there's a lot of there's some over in Marmet or Montgomery, clear on down there a little bit, over there a little bit. What's it going to do to the bald eagles? I mean, folks think that I'm thinking all the way around on this, and so are the people. So is Valley Link. They don't need, and that's the other thing. They don't have a true route yet. The route is going to be determined. Well, it's going to be narrowed down in November.
I was going to say they wanted to have it completed, I think, by early next year, but maybe they want to get it done in November and have it ready to go.
Right. Well, to have more open houses.
Right. Yeah.
Heck, it might not even go through Kanawha County. Mm-hmm. I don't know. And so they still want to hear from folks, and they haven't shut people out. There's been 23 across the whole region, 23 open houses.
And they were pretty, at least the ones here in this area were pretty well
I was
attended.
up there in Sissonville. There's some in Putnam County also. And folks were mad. It's like, they made us go from place to place. Well, heck yeah, because you're an expert on your one thing, construction. Somebody else was the expert on easement and right of way. Someone was the expert on how much money are landowners going to receive for doing this. And so that's why I just thought that was kind of cool. But I'm willing to take the hits. I'm willing to have to make the tough decisions because I don't want us. I want us to be an improv. You know how when you do improv, it's supposed to be yes and, or this is your situation, and you say and not just a no.
Right.
You can't do improv if someone says no.
Good way to put it.
Have you ever done improv?
I have, not well.
Okay, but that's because you might have said no instead of yes.
Hold on one second. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you by the Charleston Dirty Birds. Birds begin a homestand tonight against Hagerstown. Tonight, $2 Tuesday with $2 select tickets, $2 hot dogs, $2 popcorn, and $2 select drinks. The Birds asking to help bring out school supplies tonight, too, to help out kids in Kanawha Valley. Visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com. We're also brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's injury law firm. Quickly, what else is keeping you busy these days?
The East. Well, all of Kanawha County. I love being a county commissioner. I really do. And if you'll notice that I think I've talked about this before, the Ruffner cabin by Craig Patton, we finally have enough money to to dismantle it respectfully, store it until we have enough money to put it back up.
And the gentleman, one of the folks behind that's going to be on midday with us later today. That's who he is. Kanawha County Commissioner Natalie Tennant. Appreciate you being here.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot. We'll close out the show coming up tomorrow. Summerfest kicks off in South Charleston. We'll talk about that plus more in this wicked weather, too. See you later today on midday. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston, 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.